The vast majority of MBAs are delighted by their business school experience, and maybe that makes them the wrong people to talk to before you determine if you want to pursue your MBA. Where am I going with this? Bear with me. MBAs generally do exceedingly well in their careers. A study by Poets and Quants and PayScale revealed that MBAs make $5.7 million over their careers, $2.3 million more than those with just undergraduate degrees. Meanwhile, those at Harvard, Stanford, Berkeley, Dartmouth, or Virginia make a whopping $8.7 million on average. So yes, talk to that delighted MBA, or even one of those incredibly delighted MBAs from those elite programs as you decide whether you should pursue your degree, but also talk to that delighted non-MBA too. Try to connect with those who you admire, who went straight through and climbed the corporate ladder, or earned that partner promotion, or started their own business without an MBA and never looked back. Still, understand that the vast majority of those you connect with will believe that their path was the right one. They'll have what psychologists call confirmation bias. They'll assume that their successful choice was indeed the right one. So, recognizing that it's important to get the full picture and meet with both groups and to truly listen to their stories while also viewing them critically, here are a few questions you might ask an MBA you're meeting with for a coffee chat. Note, don't ask them all in a row. Pick and choose. 1. What type of student didn't fit in your program? 2. What kind of student struggled academically in your program? 3. If given the chance, what would you change about your program? 4. Can you share some career outcomes from your friend group? Is there anyone who might not have achieved their goals? 5. How relevant do you think your education would be today? Were there any topics you wish had been covered? 6. How cohesive of a class did you have? Are your classmates your friends to this day? 7. Do you still feel connected to your program? Do most of your classmates feel that way as well? 8. What is your reunion like? Those are just a few questions you might have for an MBA. Think of your own way to get you more critical information. And what about questions for the non-MBA? How about asking some but not all of these? 1. Did you consider an MBA? Ultimately, how did you determine not to pursue one? 2. Are there any managerial skills you wish you had? Any academic gaps you wish you had filled? 3. Has networking been part of your success? How have you networked without the MBA? 4. How do you think your path would have been different if you had an MBA? 5. What do you admire or not admire about the MBAs you've worked with? Now, before we wrap, I'm going to suggest one more path. Try to connect with individuals who have part-time or executive MBAs too. Be sure that you're not excluding options among MBAs themselves. Here are some questions you might ask. 1. Were you able to integrate classroom experience into your job and vice versa? 2. What drove your decision to pursue this particular path? 3. Did you feel that you had the full MBA experience? 4. How bonded did you feel to your classmates? 5. What were some of the outcomes of your classmates after graduation? 6. If you could do this again, would you pursue your part-time or executive MBA? Would you pursue no MBA, or would you pursue a full-time MBA? An MBA is a huge commitment. You need to consider the tuition, living expenses, and opportunity costs of 2 years of, quote, missing compensation. Do your homework and evaluate these options critically. Then learn about each program beyond their stereotypes. Don't just assume you know what a program is about. One great way to do this is to leverage the Learning About modules in On Track by mbaMission. Check it out. If you're ready to learn more, tap the link to our introductory questionnaire and receive your personalized plan. Also, check out our next video on how to prepare to meet with students, alumni, and adcoms.